welcome to Loddon Valley for today's NBL live clash between the Reading Rockets and the Worthing Thunder. John Hobbs, Charlie Haynes, keeping you entertained for today's NBL Division 1 clash. And Charlie, it's a interesting encounter. These two teams met in the Kit King Trophy. Obviously Reading coming away massive victors, but a lot has changed for Worthing in that time. Most notably today, a new head coach, Zaire Taylor, taking over from Brian Deacon.
Absolutely. Hello everyone, welcome. Yes, absolutely, John, really exciting fixture. As you said, Zaire Taylor taking over, but also another return for Elijah Maynard, the former Reading Rocket, so it's awesome to have him back in the venue as well.
Absolutely, it should be a thrilling encounter today between these two teams. Of course, Reading played yesterday up in Newcastle. We'll touch more on that in a minute, but first, let's go to the pre-game interviews that we conducted earlier on with coaches Samit Nurazade of the Reading Rockets and Worthing Thunder's Zaire Taylor. Well, it looks like we're not going to do the interviews at the moment, it would seem. But Charlie, as the Reading Rockets come out, they had a huge game yesterday against Newcastle, and a near 700-mile round trip in one day, and then coming back to play another game on the Sunday. That's a tough ask, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely is. It's a big thing for any team to have to travel such an extreme distance for a game and then come back and have to host in front of your home fans with all the energy and the liveliness that exists in Loddon Valley. A great performance from Reading Rockets yesterday. Big performances from Simon Chamberlain and Justin Hopkins. So yes, absolutely going to be interesting to see if they can carry that momentum over today, John.
Well, we are a few minutes away from tip-off as we look at the two teams, starting with the Worthing Thunder. And obviously, some changes from the last time that they played. The introduction of Kamari Hunter and Anthony Ozabukwe. But Elijah Maynard, as you say, a big fixture in this Worthing team, a former Reading player.
Yes, absolutely. Did really well with the Rockets, helped us get quite deep into the playoffs, obviously reaching the final of the Cup. And exactly, like you said, a big player for Worthing as well.
And Reading Rockets team there, and Justin Hopkins, 24 points yesterday against Newcastle Knights. He'll be looking to continue his form here today. Absolutely,
someone we regularly talk about in our live streams, offers so much to this Reading team, can play inside and out, good on both the defensive end and on the offensive end. So, big player for them, be interested to see if he can carry that momentum over.
We are less than 90 seconds away from tip-off, and it looks like we're getting cupcakes as well, given to us by Reading Rockets women's player Millie Day. That was nice of her.
Well, I think that's the benefit when one of your academy players is around and sees you on the street. So thank you, Millie.
I will take one of them as well. Of course, Ipswich coming away with a 101-50 victory earlier on against the Reading Rockets. A tough day at the office for Reading, who are 0-4 now in the league. Ipswich improving to 3-1. There is head coach Zaire Taylor, just giving some last-minute instruction to his team. Zaire Taylor announced as the new Worthing coach earlier on today, replacing Brian Deacon, who is staying with the Worthing Thunder in a coaching capacity for the junior setup. 3 decades of junior coaching under Brian Deacon's belt. Obviously, good luck to him. Hope he does well with that. But for Zaire, thrown at the deep end, it must be said today.
Yeah, absolutely. But as you said, someone's a very talented player. Someone that the players can certainly learn a lot from. So, big test for him coming into today's fixture. Rockets in good form recently, like you said, coming off the back of a big win yesterday. So, be interested to see how he tackles this one today.
Starting fives for the two teams, starting with the Reading Rockets, leading with Mitch Clark, Zane Portman, Lewis Champion, Simon Chamberlain then Tyne Sangu, a former Worthing Thunder player, Tyne Sangu. And for the Thunder, Bodie Adeola, Luke Moore, Malachi, Bocce Yadam, Jonathan Lashley, and Elijah Maynard starting for the Worthing Thunder. Our three officials today, umpires Max Kemp and Jamie Wheeler. And a big welcome to crew chief David Griffin. It's been a while since David Griffin took charge of a National League game. Of course, he is one of the regulars in the Super League, and he's here today taking charge of today's fixture. And David Griffin has been around basketball pretty much all of his life, a junior with the West Hearts Warriors, and now making the step up to officiating. And what an incredible job he has done in his career.
Absolutely, always good to have three good and passionate officials as we do today. So, yeah, good to have all three of them here.
Of course, Jamie Wheeler, also a regular at national finals events over in Manchester. National Cup and playoff finals alongside the junior Final Four. He's taking place as an umpire alongside Max Kemp today as we get set to start. Jonathan Lashley and Tyne Sangu will jump up, and this game is underway in front of a near full house at Loddon Valley. And the Bodie Adeola with the first possession for the Thunder. Maynard against his former club today, Bocce Yadam. Maynard has it. Maynard still has it, 4 to shoot for the Thunder. Luke Moore, they've got to put up something of the Thunder. And a shot clock violation to get us started. Good defense, but also you could sense that Worthing really weren't paying attention to the shot clock.
Yeah, not too sure what they were trying to run on that first possession, but always the way you want to start. Try and get a 24-second violation. Good way to start for Reading Rockets.
Here is Chamberlain. Reading didn't start the game against Newcastle very well. They trailed 8-0 in the first few minutes, and then they came alive in the second quarter and went on to win. Here is Chamberlain, wide open for three, no good. And Lashley comes up with the loose change. Here is Adeola, of course, the leading scorer in NBL Division 1 history, the only player in this division with 4,000 career points. Here is Lashley putting the moves on the Sangu. Luke Moore, shot clock again winding down. Lashley puts it up this time. And it thought about it, but rolled out. And Pullman, who had a double-double yesterday against Newcastle, collects the board. Clark, ahead of speed, lays it up and in.
Yeah, good transition bucket for Rockets. Now have to get back on defense quickly, so Thunder can't do the same.
It was a 132-74 blowout as Maynard goes inside for the first bucket for Worthing.
I imagine Worthing will look for him to create his own shots quite often today. Very talented player off the bounce.
One thing Worthing will look to do is improve their defense. They've conceded 106 points so far in all competitions this season. Champion goes up and he is fouled on the jump shot. And Lewis Champion will head to the foul line.
Yeah, nice little action from Rockets there, trying to see if they can get some kind of mismatch inside with the little to big screen, and then Lewis Champion just chasing that action and getting to the short corner for a mid-range jump shot.
Lewis Champion to the foul line. Last time he came up against Worthing at Loddon Valley, 20 points in just under 20 minutes of playing time in that 132-74 victory. Of course, arguably, Reading had probably the best start out of any team in the league in the Kit King Trophy. 2 big wins against Solent and Worthing. As Champion misses the second, but gets the rebound. Here is Clark, and they reset. Clark drives, kicks it out. Chamberlain, shot clock winding down. Chamberlain is long with his 2, gets his own rebound. Ball batted around, goes out of bounds, and Worthing will pick it up. So far, both teams around the 50% mark to start, as Bocce Yadam has it. Here is Lashley. Lashley driving, good defense from Chamberlain, almost ripped it off him. And here is Champion. Ball deflected, but Clark still has it. The finish! Nsangu with the finish.
Mitch Clark just thrown it up there, and the big man Nsangu goes up and hams it with 2 hands.
Rockets up by 3, and an early highlight for the near sellout crowd at Loddon Valley. Adalola. Bocce Adam in the corner for 3.
Yeah, big hit from Worthing there. That's just how you want to answer back. Big play from Reading, bigger play from Worthing down the other end.
Game is tied at 5. Chamberlain responds for 3 from the wing.
And after hitting 4 yesterday, you can't blame him for feeling it early in this game.
Kind of had his breakout game at Loddon Valley the last time Rockets were here against Thames Valley. And an offensive foul has been called. I believe that was on Bocce Adam. And that's his first. Clark finds Portman. Chamberlain feeling it, goes inside the extra pass, and Nsangu the finish.
I love it when they go to the big man early, lives above the rim, hammers it up, gets his head up there, jams it down, love it.
Aggressive start for Ty Nsangu against his former team, desperate to impress. Lashley finds Luke Moore, who's been in great form in his own right individually. Bocce Adam, a long 3, 2 straight threes for Malachi Bocce Adam.
Yep, that's 2 hammers from Rockets down 1 and working really hard to get good looks and get a big Ty Nsangu up above the rim. But twice they've ended up giving a 3-pointer down the other end, which just neutralizes that advantage that it creates, that momentum that it gives you.
And a quick timeout call. 2 straight threes for Malachi Bocce Adam. Last week was 4 for 7 against the City of Birmingham Rockets. But Reading still hold a 10-8 advantage. Early doors here at Loddon Valley in front of a near sellout crowd today in Berkshire. And Zaire Taylor taking that time out. And you know, as a fellow coach yourself, Charlie, it must be difficult coming into a setup. Obviously, Zaire has been with Worthing for nearly 9 years now, but to come in and take charge so quickly today, that's a very tough ask for anyone, especially a man of the experience of Zaire Taylor.
And I think it's harder than people expect to transition from player to coach, because obviously you can see Zaire Taylor as a player, so talented, great basketball player, and that was clear and evident to everyone. But now he has to manage emotions, he has to manage minutes, he has to manage strategy. It's a lot harder than I think people first think, to come in there, take the board and start running some X's and O's, because there's just so much more to manage than that.
And speaking earlier on to Samit Nurizadeh, of course, this is a back-to-back for Reading. They played yesterday up in Newcastle. I asked Samit, so how are you guys feeling, coming into today's game? He only had one word: tired.
I can imagine. I can imagine. I had some updates on the times they were getting back last night, and it's a long trip, whether you're back late or not. It's a long way to go and a long way to come back.
They left Reading at 5:45 in the morning on Saturday. They didn't get back until 15:15 midnight. So a long day at the office, but they came away with a win. And they lead by 2 here at the moment. Champion has it. Champion driving at Lashley. Inside it goes. Portman misses. Offensive rebound from Nsangu. Just about hit the rim as the shot clock was expiring. And Bodie Adilola has it. Moore. Bocce Adam has the hot hand right now. Here is Maynard. Passing it around the perimeter nicely. Maynard for 3.
And that is what he's so good at, creating his own shot. Doesn't need any space to just rise up and shoot over the defense. And not bad from Mitch Clark on that possession to defend him, but a great hit.
Clark putting the moves on Moore. Mitch Clark driving, goes glass, no good. Lashley the rebound. It's a positive start this from Worthing as Moore goes inside with no fear, driving in between 2 Reading players, and Luke Moore will go to the line.
Yeah, it is a good start, and I'm quite like what Reading are trying to do defensively, in terms of, you can see they're trying to sort of switch 3 of their matchups. They're trying to keep Ty Nsangu on the big fellas, and they're trying to keep Mitch Clark on Elijah Maynard. But the other three, you've got Simon Chamberlain, Zane Portman and Lewis Champion, all switching their matchups, which makes it really hard to create offense when you've got three players that can defend anyone on the court.
Luke Moore, who was one of the few bright spots when Worthing last visited here, 18 points on 6 of 9 shooting, Luke Moore, and he's actually had quite a good start to the season, had 12 points last week against the City of Birmingham Rockets. Ex-Brighton Bears Junior. Hopkins into the game for the first time. Here is Champion, looking for help, finds it in Portman, the extra pass to Clark, nice pass, and again the Sangu, the finish, aggressively going at it.
Tyner Sangu might be starting to live on that backboard in a minute. He's getting up there and finishing multiple times above the rim. Love to see it.
Maynard pulling up for 3, that's short. Tyner Sangu this time stood his guard. Here is Champion, and he rattles in a 3.
Yeah, Worthing Thunder got the matchup they wanted. Elijah Maynard on the big fella, Tyner Sangu. Not a bad shot to try and rise up above him after you've just made one. But Rockets answer back with a 3 in a row.
Adelola misses his 2. He wanted a foul. Here is Clark. Reading up by 2. Hopkins driving, and straight away a travel has been called as Kamari Hunter comes into the game for the first time for Thunder alongside Anthony Ozabukwe. Luke Moore will head to the bench. 2 newcomers to the Worthing Thunder team. Of course, Ozabukwe with experience last season in the Albanian League. Kamari Hunter on the ball, spent last season with Thames Valley. Lashley. Adelola. Looking for help. Finds it in Hunter. Shot clock at 7. Hunter picks up his dribble. Lashley's got to put it up, and he knocks it down over Hopkins.
And Worthing are hot from behind the 3-point line. Rockets doing everything they can to contest, but they're just finding too much space on the perimeter at the minute.
4 of 7 from downtown thus far, Worthing Thunder, and Hunter collects the loose change. Here is Maynard. Good spell this from Worthing. They're up by 1. And an offensive foul called. I think that was on Ozabukwe, bumping into Mitch Clark.
Yeah, Mitch Clark always manages to get a charge or 2 called on the opposition. Just a little bit too much contact from the big fella there, and probably the right call. Extended an arm.
Like how you say that so eloquently, probably the right call.
Well, you've done a big thing about how good the referees are, so
whoa.
there you go.
Maybe they paid me to say it, I don't know. Clark inside, good feed from Hopkins, but he blows the layup. It was good defense, actually, from Lashley. And Maynard's pass goes straight out of bounds, and Reading will get the ball back.
Yeah, I like what Reading are trying to do on offense at the minute. They're trying to get deep to the paint. They've got the big fella clocking around the rim. You've seen them pass a few times to big Tyner Sangu. That's where the dunks have come from. Lots of penetrating.
Clark. Inside to Hopkins. Hopkins finds Nasangu. Nasangu aggressive, gets it to go. What a start for Tyner Sangu. 8 points, 3 rebounds.
Absolutely, and I'm loving how much improvement we're seeing from the big fella this season so far. We started early in the season. There was a couple of games where he was in and out. At the minute, the performances he's putting in are just so much more consistent. He's finishing around the rim. Lovely footwork on that last finish. He's rebounding and blocking shots. So really good season so far for the big fella.
Averaging 8 points, 8 rebounds on 51% shooting, Tyner Sangu. Very consistent numbers. Lashley is wide open. Another foul has been called. And again, it's on Anthony Ozabukwe. That's 2 quick fouls for him. He's got to come out. And Malachi Bocci-Yadam, his breather is short-lived. He's going to have to come in.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's not the impact you want to have when you come in a game. You have an offensive foul on 1 possession, and 2 possessions later, a moving screen. So yeah, we'll see how he bounces back when he comes in.
Champion. Looks for Hopkins. Hopkins driving at Maynard, lays it up and in. What a game Justin Hopkins had yesterday against Newcastle, 24 points.
Yep, absolutely, and that was a confident take we saw in that last possession. That's a man that's feeling his game at the moment.
Hunter off with his free-throw line jumper. Rockets up by 3, looking to extend it a little bit more. Clark driving, and Mitch Clark will go to the line.
Yeah, and Worthing now in foul trouble as well in this game. You've got a couple of guys on 2, but he's also got team fouls now. We've given up 3 offensive fouls, so puts a lot of pressure on your defense, because as we spoke about in our last fixture here, sometimes you need to foul. Sometimes it needs to be tactical in your fouls, but if you've given up 2 moving screens and an offensive foul in transition, you now have to be really careful on the defensive end.
Mitch Clark at the line for the Rockets. Trips number 4 and 5 at the line for the Rockets in this one. 1:34 remaining in the first. Rockets up now by 5. As Ishmael Fontaine comes into the game for the first time, Bodie Adiolola will take a seat. Ishmael Fontaine, who actually led Thunder last season in three-point percentage, 40% from the field, now in his 7th season with the Worthing Thunder. Lashley driving at the Sangu tough. Here is Fontaine right on cue, and he'll go to the foul line.
Yeah, Ishmael Fontaine, someone that struggled a bit in the Kit King Trophy, didn't he? But he's a very talented player, and someone that I think if he just starts getting his rhythm, he's due another big game and just sort of start to showcase the talent he's got. So, yeah, foul on that one. Nice way to start. You come into the game, get fouled, you get 3 chances at the line, slow yourself down, get your first points. Nice way to settle into the game. So, unfortunate foul for Reese Pinnock on that one, but good for Fontaine to just sort of settle into the game.
Absolutely, Fontaine, who did something similar to that against Derby a couple of weeks ago. Got a 4-point play opportunity, which he converted. But a good 3-point shooter, Ishmael, and away from basketball, incredible in the community of Worthing, always gets involved with local charities, coaches numerous junior teams as well, and an all-round fantastic figure, a great role model for the younger players growing up in Worthing.
Exactly, and I think that's what a lot of senior players realise, is that they have such an impact on the community. I know our youngsters here in Reading idolise these guys, as they should. So really important that these clubs have good role models, and Ishmael Fontaine's a great example of that.
Clark a 3, wide open, but that's off to the left. Maynard collects the rebound. Here is Bocci Adam. It's 1-on-1 and an offensive foul. Again, Mitch Clark getting his body in the way. Zaire Taylor is complaining that should have been a blocking foul, though.
See, I actually think that I agreed with the referees on that one. Because, yes, okay, Mitch Clark he's in a legal defensive stance. He's not moved into the presence. He's still on his way backwards. But the offensive player has leaned into the contact with Mitch Clark in legal guarding position. So I actually agree that I do think that is an offensive foul.
Zaire Taylor, as you were talking, giving us a little look on the commentary box and a shrug of the shoulders as if to say, do you agree with that call? I'm saying nothing on that one.
Don't tell him what I said.
He watches these games back, you know.
Sorry, Zaire.
Final minute of the first period. Reading certainly in the ascendancy after a good start from Worthing. Clark, Olorarian in the corner, money.
Huge shot, Victor Olorarian with that signature 3-point sign to the crowd. Sammy Nirazade wanting him to play defense. But yeah, big shot, way to enter the game. 30
points last time these two teams met. Was actually the Basketball England Player of the Week for his performance against Worthing, Victor Olorarian. Lashley battling inside, Fontaine under the basket. Lashley again inside. That'll be a shot clock violation.
Excellent, excellent defense from Rockets on that one. They had a great switch on the weak side away from us here, John, where they had a player come off 2 screens. Rockets switched it really well, denied the catch. They did what we call blew up the offense.
Final possession of this first quarter. Here is Clark, final seconds, driving the extra pass, Pinnock, and that's a wasted possession as the first quarter ends here at Loddon Valley. And referee David Griffin is going to the table. I think there might be some time left on the clock, actually. There is 9/10 of a second left in the first quarter. So the first quarter has not ended just yet. And Hunter doesn't collect it as Rhys Pinnock and Tyner Sangu bump into each other. Now that's the end of the first quarter, and Reading lead 24-17. Tyner Sangu with 8 points, 4 rebounds, leading the way. Malachi Bocci-Adam with 6 points. Those back-to-back threes leads the Thunder right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And Worthing have started well from behind the three-point line, making 4 of their 6 attempts. Important for them, they start to find some solutions for the way Rockets are defending. So hopefully Zaya Taylor's just recognizing at the minute who's the matchups that Coach Samit Nurizadeh is forcing to switch, and which are the matchups are they not switching. So at the minute we were talking about Elijah Maynard, then trying to keep Mitch Clark as much as they can at the start of the game. They were trying to keep him on it. So actually that was maybe where we could get into a ball screen. Could they try and force Tyner Sangu into defending Elijah Maynard? We had one of those at one point. Maynard's able to attack him 1v1, tried to get into his shot. That's the matchup you want to play. The other switches, tough to play against.
Well, while we've got a moment here on the Basketball England YouTube channel, of course, a big welcome to you all for joining us this afternoon here at Loddon Valley. Of course, basketball in this country is relied heavily on volunteers and of people's kindness wherever they are. And for Worthing Thunder especially, they do rely heavily on volunteers. And one of those volunteers, Roger Aylmore, a beloved driver, driving Worthing Thunder to away games up and down the country, sadly lost his battle with cancer last week. Our thoughts from Basketball England go out to his family, his friends, and the entire Worthing Thunder organisation. And rest in peace, Roger Aylmore. As we get set to start the second quarter. Here is Olarerin. Mitch Clark, the lob, and Tyner Sangu was looking for it again. Elijah Maynard this time was wise to it. And Sangu still has it, and he'll throw it down again.
I think they're already looking in the back cupboards for a spare rim with the way Tyner Sangu's going. He's about to tear that backboard off its hinges.
Already 4 dunks for Tyner Sangu against his former club. Maynard responds in kind of 3.
And every time he's dunked it, John, they've gone and hit a 3 down the upper end. Great job from Worthing Thunder to bounce back.
Elijah Maynard, who averaged 13 points last season for Reading, is currently averaging 21 points, or 28 points, excuse me, this season. He had 21 points when he was last here for the Worthing Thunder in the Kit King Trophy. Of course, that 46-point outburst against Nottingham was a big part of that. And as Olarerin misses the 3, here is Maynard, Palmer. Oh, excuse me, that was Jamari Hunter, excuse me. As the ball goes out of bounds, I think Worthing will keep it, as Ishmael Fontaine went to the ground. As Simon Chamberlain, Lewis Champion in your picture, prepare to check in. Mitch Clark and Tyner Sangu will take a seat for the Rockets. Tyner Sangu with 10 points, leading all scorers right now. Here is Maynard. Hunter driving at Olarerin, going inside, blows the layup. Ozabukwe with the rebound. And a foul on the floor. And Max Kemp in good position there. Ozabukwe still has it under the basket. That's a tough finish from Anthony Ozabukwe. And a timeout is called by Samit Nurizadeh, incensed at his team's defense on that last play.
Yeah, really upset. They've done a really good job, actually, Reading, in terms of the first quarter, doing the best they could on those perimeter catches, trying to force switches, knowing when to switch and when to fight a screen. So he'll be really upset to give up a transition 3 after a big dunk, followed by an easy look inside after a good possession the one before to force the out of bounds. So, yeah, I understand his frustrations right now. He'll be going in there, reminding them of what the expectations are and what type of shots are we sort of more willing to accept and what is absolutely unacceptable. And an easy finish under the rim like that is why he'll be so upset.
Well, Worthing Thunder, one of 2 winless teams at the moment in NBL Division 1. Of course, Bradford agonisingly fell short in overtime yesterday against Nottingham. They lost 85-84 in that fixture. It's been a difficult one for Worthing, hasn't it? Losing their top 5 scorers this season, so it's almost a completely new team. There's a few people that have returned, but it's been a difficult start this season for Worthing.
Absolutely. We also touched on the fact they've got a new coach, new squad, so there's a lot of different challenges. It takes time as well for a new team to gel. So we've got some returning players in Rockets. You've got Lewis champion Reece Pinnett, who know the drill. They've had Samit Irizadeh and coach Ben Fisher for a couple of years now, so they're more used to what's expected of them. Worthing on a rebuild, if you like.
Chamberlain, Pinnock, the extra pass, Hopkins, the finish.
That is a lovely, lovely offense from Reading. A nice circular motion on the weak side. Gets a wide open look inside. Justin Hopkins to hammer it with 2 hands.
Certainly punishing the rim at the moment, Reading. Here is Moore. Fontaine putting the moves on Chamberlain. Fontaine gets inside, that's tough, but Chamberlain stands his ground. And here comes Pinnock. Pinnock head of steam, and he's fouled by Fontaine. As soon as he put the ball round his back, automatically the trip from Fontaine. It was accidental, of course.
Yeah, and it can also just be a natural movement. Someone goes behind the back, you're trying to anticipate the next decision, but the speed these boys play at, it's pretty hard to get your body in line in time. So, yeah, accidental, but a foul.
Here is Champion to Hopkins. Champion has it back. Drives the extra pass. Hopkins a 3.
A man in form. He's just had a big 2-hand jam. Now hits a corner 3 in the next possession. That's a guy in form this weekend.
5 points now for Justin Hopkins. 24 points yesterday in Newcastle. Had a game high 21 the week before against Essex. Here is Moore. Hunter drives inside, the floater no good. Hopkins there again. Here is Champion. Chamberlain. It's a good spell this for the Rockets, looking to extend it to double figures, and Hopkins just does that.
And absolutely the right thing to do. You've got Justin Hopkins in form yesterday, just had a big dunk, just had a corner 3. You have to find an offense to go back to him. They got him a low spot catch, and he scores again. 7
straight points for Justin Hopkins off the bench, and Victor Olarerin fouling Kamari Hunter at mid-court. As Josh Palmer and Jonathan Lashley come back in. And Elijah Maynard will head to the bench. Lashley gets it. Lashley back to the basket, and Hopkins with the foul. Referee Jamie Wheeler in good position there. Hopkins thought that was all ball.
Yeah, it's that sort of big emotion. He's raised his hand up, so it's a big movement down. It's quite hard if you throw your hand down at that speed to get contact on the ball. Do a little bit of refereeing, so nowhere near these guys. But I could tell you that when I see a hand go that high, I'm already thinking, uh-oh, please keep it up there. Don't bring it down. Don't make me make a call.
Tyler Sangu back into the game, and Hopkins takes a breather. Fontaine loses the ball. Travel has been called.
Yeah, he tried to, nice physical move inside Michel Fontaine, just shuffled his feet, fell a little bit off balance.
Here is Champion for the Rockets. Olarerin. Reading zinging the ball around the perimeter. Chamberlain. 5 to shoot for the Rockets. Nice pass from Champion. Chamberlain a 3.
That's a big hit. Rockets on a huge run. Can't be far away from a Worthing Thunder timeout at this point.
It's a 14-point lead for the Rockets right now. Lashley looks to respond and does.
Yeah, big hit from them. Thunder struggling to score, so 3-ball might help them just gather a little bit of momentum.
Champion drives to the hoop, and he nearly gets the three-point play. Instead, he will go to the foul line.
There is nothing more enjoyable as a coach when you've called a timeout early in the quarter and the opposition hasn't scored for 3 minutes. So a big shot on that last play for Worthing Thunder to give them the 3-ball. But Rockets on a really nice run here. So good job from Samit Nurizadeh and his fellow assistant coaches on just getting this game back on track for them in the second quarter.
Of course, Lewis Champion makes the first, a 76% foul shooter last season, and he also had a nice return to Newcastle yesterday, leading the Rockets to victory over the Newcastle Knights. Of course, Lewis Champion won the NBL Division 1 title with Northumbria University back when they were in Division 1. Here is Fontaine. And Olarerin tips the ball out of bounds. Worthing will keep it with 10 on the shot clock. In a second quarter that's not exactly breezed through, has it? We've still got 5:49 remaining. Yeah. Seems like it's gone forever, this second quarter.
Yeah, we've had a lot of foul calls. We've had a couple of travels called, a few out of bounds. Yeah. So, yeah, it has been a bit stop-start, this one, hasn't it?
And that's the 4th team foul for the Rockets. Worthing still with 3 team fouls in their own right. And the ball goes back out of bounds. Josh Palmer whacking it off the back of Lewis Champion.
Yep, smart play. Just gives him those 5 seconds back.
And here is Lashley, and we can get restarted. Well, Lashley goes for 3 again. He made his last one. Why not again? But blows cold on that one. Chamberlain. And Champion resets. Pinnock. Pinnock to Champion. Champion drives. Chamberlain wide open, a 3. That's long. And Fontaine and Pinnock going after it. It'll be a Reading ball as Fontaine smacks the NBL Live sign.
Yeah, just starting to get a little bit chippy out there. Ishmael Fontaine's made a few tough plays, some grown man moves down one end of the floor, and Rockets starting to take exception to some of the things that are going on out there. So we know both teams can get pretty competitive. I think we're seeing evidence of that right now.
Of course, loads of former Rockets dignitaries in the crowd today. Of course, one of them, former head coach Dave Titmus. And Finley Porter is also in the house as well, checking out his former teammates. Of course, Finley Porter played here last season. Here is Champion. Champion drives at Palmer inside, too short. Palmer collects the rebound, and Palmer loses the ball. Zaire Taylor is screaming at the officials that should be a Worthing ball.
Yeah, I think both teams just played a little bit rusty. You could see Lewis Champion really wanted to score after that sort of last, I don't know, battle, if you like, that we just had. Both coaches just taking the 2 guys out of the game, just slowing everything down, letting the teams calm, get into their offense. So good decision from both coaches, just to reset the mindset.
Elijah Maynard back into the game for the Thunder. Ishmael Fontaine taking a breather as Zane Porman misses the 3. And another foul is called, this time Simon Chamberlain with the foul.
Yeah, just put both his hands in his back. They didn't make a big move, but you can't use your hands when you're trying to get a rebound. You have to use your forearm, you have to use your hips to try and create separation.
That's 2 fouls now on Simon Chamberlain. Adiolola still has yet to register a point in this one. Here is Luke Moore. And the turnover, and Olarerin comes away with it. Olarerin, burst of speed, lays it up and in.
Great
and a timeout has been called.
Great take from Victor Olarerin. Goes all the way to the basket, does a lovely little swing step just to try and get through the gap of the 2 defenders and finishes with the inside hand.
Well, actually, no, a timeout has not been called. The referees have blown their whistle, just waiting to see what the call is. Now, I think with that last possession that was adjudged a foul, that actually put Rockets in the penalty. So technically, Worthing should actually get 2 shots. I think that's what they're having a chat about.
Yeah.
We're just listening in to see what's going on. Because there was a foul called, and that actually put Reading at the limit. And I don't think Worthing went to the foul line. I think they actually inbounded it.
Yeah, I imagine the conversation going on with the coaches at the minute, the referees would have had a discussion about was that an offensive foul or a loose ball foul. If it's an offensive foul, it should be a sideline ball for Worthing.
Right.
But if it's an off ball, if it's a live ball, a dead ball foul, then it should be shots.
And I think it was a loose ball foul, so it looks like Worthing will get 2 shots. Luke Moore will take those 2 shots. So obviously the referee's just, correcting their earlier error. Hey, errors happen, don't they, in this sport? It happens to us all.
I think I remember being corrected by John Letizia on a game one time in the comments section, and he made me aware that what I think when the ball's released, the ball now no longer belongs to a team.
Right.
So if the foul is on the rebound, then the possession isn't given to either side. Loose ball foul, 2 shots.
John Letizia, an absolute legend of the basketball community in this country. Here is Palmer. So 14-point game. 7 to shoot for Worthing. Adiolola. Maynard. Thunder have got to get busy. Maynard, that's tough, and he'll go to the line. Foul is on Portman. And now that's a first foul on Zane Portman, and for the second time, Worthing will go to the line for 3 shots.
Yeah, there's 2 things I'm wondering why he might have called that. There's 2 things. Is either he might have come under his landing space or gone into his cylinder, which I don't think he did. So I'm guessing he feels there was contact on the arm before the ball was released. But I had a pretty good angle on that one. I'm not too sure which one he called there.
I was going to say, you had a better angle slightly than I did.
Well, he's got to make these count now. Thunder have left a couple when they've been at the line, so it'll be important if they can start making some of these.
This is the second as well. And I must say, thank you for taking over for a second there while I dropped my water bottle. Anything could happen when you're on the commentary booth, I guess. As Maynard goes for his 3rd foul shot, makes that one. And Malachi Bocci-Adam comes back into the game for the Thunder. Luke Moore heads to the bench. The last time I reached for a water bottle in the middle of free throws. 4:21 remaining in the second period. Reading in the ascendancy right now, up by 13. Of course, the Reading Rockets women's team lost earlier today to Ipswich. So a bit of home pride needing to be restored for the Rockets. They're up at the moment. And the Sangu pass was deflected away. Good hands from Lashley, who still has it. And now a bundle of speed. That's an offensive foul. Clear offensive foul there. Mitch Clark in great position. Yeah,
and the thing I'm a little bit concerned for Worthing Thunder is they've lost a lot of possessions for offensive fouls now. I'm not sure how many that is, John, maybe 5, 6. So that's 5 or 6 opportunities to shoot, rebound, whatever it is that may have been the outcome, that they've now given the ball back to Reading. And you just can't have empty possessions when you're playing a team in form such as Reading.
To answer that question, 5 offensive fouls.
You are on the ball, John. You are on the ball.
You were just talking too much. What can I say?
Oh,
no, anyway.
Says thanks since I met you, John. I started talking too much.
Great to have you all on board on the Basketball England YouTube channel. John Hobbs and Charlie Haynes keeping you company here for today's game. And it's been a good second quarter for Reading. Worthing haven't really got into much of a rhythm really in this second period, keeping up maintaining that form they had in the first. Yeah, Worthing really struggled to score in this quarter. Reading doing a better job defensively. Worthing need to try and find a way to get a few more stops at the moment. Here is Zane Portman. Clark driving into the teeth of the D, doesn't get it to fall. Isaac Sperrier into the game for the first time, doesn't get it to fall. But there on the follow, Tyler Sangu.
A really nice offense, get a really good look for Reading there. And then get 2 offensive rebounds to manage to finish the play. So really nice offense from Reading, a good hustle at the end of it.
6 of 7 from the field, Tyler Sangu right now for his 12 points. Bocce Yadam driving. Nice footwork inside, and Bocce Yadam will head to the foul line.
And a nice thing to see Worthing starting to do is really trying to get the contact, get to the rim. When you're struggling to score, free throws can be a really nice way to sort of break that ice. Big thing for them at the minute is they need to start making their free throws. Only 50% of the line at the moment.
And Malachi Bocce Yadam, first season with Worthing, but has integrated very well into the team. Of course, had an injury hit season in Division 2 last season with the Brighton Bears, and a guy that's also got some coaching experience as well. Bocce Yadam was an assistant coach to Daniel Hildreth at the Crawley Storm in their junior setup. So Bocce Yadam already on the road to coaching when he finishes his playing career.
Absolutely.
Or maybe when he's even playing.
Right, and Daniel Hildreth's done a great job as well, as you know, in Sussex. His young Moy doing such a good job stateside, and of course he's creating so much talent over in Sussex, so another really good program.
Of course, in case you don't know who that player is, it's a certain Cameron Hildreth. As Josh Palmer is fouled, Worthing bench want a unsportsmanlike foul, and instead it will be 2 shots at the line. And referee David Griffin just telling Zaire that there was a play for the ball, not the player itself.
Yeah, the second question would also be, was there another defender behind
which
the play?
there was.
Yeah, which I think that's what I just saw the referee just say to coach there was another player in transition ready to make the last play. And I think now coach Zaire Taylor's just making the point of he felt like he stepped across and made intentional contact.
He's still talking to us as well. It's one of those things when you have the visiting bench right by you on the commentary booth, isn't it? It's not the first time we've been moaned at, is it? As Josh Palmer heads to the line. Second season with the Thunder, joined midway past the last season. Again, another former Brighton Bears player as we enter the final 3 minutes of the second. Here is Portman putting the moves on Adelola. Clark. Sperrier driving the floater, no good. On the follow, Nsangu, he's there again. A
really good take from Isaac Sperrier, but Tyler Nsangu exactly where he needs to be, the opposite side of the charge circle to where the drive happens. Prime position to rebound the ball, easy putback finish.
Isaac Sperrier hasn't registered a field goal yet in the NBL Division 1 this season, so that nearly came good. He actually had a good game when these two teams last met in the trophy. 3 of 3 from the field for 6 points. As Justin Hopkins comes back in, Tyler Nsangu will go to the bench as Jonathan Lashley goes to the foul line. And Jonathan Lashley, a player that pretty much won everything with the Solent Kestrels in that golden era in the 2020s. A great player and another very coachable player as well.
Yeah, absolutely, been really impressed with him today. He's made some really good reads when Reading have started to blow up some actions that they've ran. He's come and took the ball, got them into handoff, passed into a ball screen, posted up. I really like the diversity in his game today so far, even if it hasn't necessarily showed up on the points column in the stat sheet.
Here is Clark. Reading leading by 12 right now. Here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. 2:25 remaining in the half. Clark. Hopkins, they've got to put it up. Hopkins misses the shot. I think he was looking for the foul as well. Bocce Yadam, the extra pass. Maynard blocked by Sperrier. And it's going to be a Reading ball.
Yeah, and I have to say, I think I might agree with the Worthing bench on that one.
Ishmael Fontaine and Luke Moore looking at us as well.
Yeah, I think there was
and they'll be discussing this, because I'm not going to lie, that did look like a clear Worthing ball.
And I believe there was a technical called as well. So they might just have to look at that situation and just discuss the last 30 seconds.
It'd be interesting to see the replay of this, actually, if we can get it. So a technical foul has been called as well. So Mitch Clark is going to go to the foul line. So here's the replay of that. So there's the block there. Mitch Clark hits the resulting free throw, by the way. I know that's not on your screen right now. So the ball goes out. That's a Worthing ball.
I think it can be a Worthing ball, but I think there's a lot of contact on the arms on that one. We'll see.
I mean, obviously you call it as you see it, so we'll give the referees the benefit of that doubt. Obviously, we're not official. Well, you are, I'm not. But
wow, loosely. I do some junior games.
Those level 2 always comes in handy as Hopkins goes inside and a foul.
What's really important here as well for Thunder is on a negative run at the moment. So the last thing they want to do is get too worked up by that call. They need to get onto the next play. Don't let it affect them. Move on from it. Come up with some solutions to the offenses that Reading have run, which are complex offenses with multiple actions, so very difficult to guard. And maybe come up with some solutions on the offensive end themselves.
And the extra free throw has been made. Here is Bokshi Yadam. Lashley, that came off the foot of Matt Ullman into the game for the Rockets. .148 remaining here in this second period. Reading in the ascendancy. Lashley stolen away by Pullman. Clean strip. Clark wide open. Doesn't get it to fall. The tip, the finish, no. Hopkins, good defense from Maynard, who deflected it away. Adelola. Palmer doesn't hang on to it. And it will be a Reading ball again.
Yeah, the right idea to try and get into transition and get paint touches and draw contact. I think when the defense is in front of you, as it was in that last play, sometimes actually the best thing is to slow down. Right, what offense do we run? What matchup do we want to attack? Maybe young Isaac Spurrier, they could have a look at trying to isolate in some offenses and see if they can try and attack him to get some extra points.
Pullman nearly got it stolen by Adelola. Here is Ullman. Looking for Spurrier. Here he is, and I'm not sure if he travelled with that. He did, yes. Yeah. Lifted his pivot foot just a bit too much there.
Yeah, and I think he also went to the same foot twice, which you're not allowed to do. So.
There's Coach Samit Nurazadeh eagerly watching on. Here is Adelola driving at Clark, finds a bit of room, and Bodie Adelola will go to the line.
Yep, good tape, got contact.
Got the step on Mitch Clark.
Exactly, and he just jumped a little bit early, so on that one you kind of have to go, oh, I'm beat, unless you're absolutely certain you're going to touch the ball.
Bodie Adelola, who, as we mentioned at the top, 4,000 career points in NBL 1. And averaged 20 points for Thames Valley last season, so first season here at Worthing. Rattles around, gets the first, and that is Bodie Adelola's first points of the game. Adelola makes them both. 58.8 seconds remaining in the half. It's been a good half for the Reading Rockets. Hopkins. Spurrier. Clark drives along the baseline, doesn't get the drop. Mitch Clark wanted a foul as well. There was a lot of contact, especially as he was in the air. And he's certainly giving the referees a bit of an earful as well. And this is another thing, and you mentioned this with Worthing earlier on. Reading don't want to get into that game either.
No, you don't. I wouldn't be surprised if the referees are starting to, or maybe at halftime, talking about trying to get a technical early, just try and settle the players down.
Palmer nails a three. That's a much-needed three for Josh Palmer and for Worthing, and Coach Samit Nurizadeh has called a timeout. But it's probably a good timeout for everyone here at the moment, because I think we need some cooler heads right now.
Absolutely, and also with only 27.5 seconds left in the half, he'll probably be talking about, right, this is how we're going to manage the clock. It could be that, I imagine he's going to say, let's try and get a shot later in the shot clock to limit the amount of time Worthing Thunder have to get a possession down the other end. He'll also talk about what kind of offense he wants to run and what kind of looks he's looking for, as well as, I imagine, on the shot, who does he want getting straight back home? Who does he want going straight back to the rim defensively to make sure Worthing can't get a quick point in transition? Typically, that may be guards in the corners or anyone stood above the free-throw line. You send them straight home if there's any time left on the clock, so you can't get anything in transition.
Well, it's quite the matchup in the other NBL Division 1 fixture right now over in Colchester, as the Essex Rebels take on the Derby Trailblazers, a battle between first and second last season. Derby at the moment edging it 74-72 in overtime at the moment, and one of the more interesting statistics you'll probably see this season belongs to Rock Marsden. 0 points, 16 rebounds.
Wow. Dennis Rodman-esque.
You don't hear that every day, do you? Also has 6 assists as well. Leighton Elliott-Sewell has 17 points, 17 rebounds for Derby. Quite the game going on over in Essex. Here is Clark. Final 20 seconds of the half here. Here is Champion. Chamberlain from the wing puts it in.
Big shot, but now they have to defend.
Final seconds of the half. Adelola inside, and Bocce Adam couldn't get his shot off in time, and that ends the first half here at Loddon Valley, and probably a good time before half-time at the moment as well, as both teams walk off. Reading Rockets lead 51-37, and you can see Ishmael Fontaine just going over to, well, was going to have a chat with the officials, instead goes to the crowd. But it is half-time here at Loddon Valley. Tyner Sangu with 14.6 rebounds leading the way. Justin Hopkins with 12 points on 5 for 7 shooting, leading the way for the Worthing Thunder. Elijah Maynard with 9 points, 2 of 4 from downtown, as you see the highlights of the first half. Zaire Taylor and David Griffin just having a quick chat on the bench as well. It's been an entertaining first half, and one that I think needs cooler heads to prevail to go into the second half, especially.
Yeah, I think for Worthing Thunder, a big thing for them is who are they going to try and get what shots. We spoke early in the show about Elijah Maynard and the impact that he can have offensively. He's only had 5 shots. So a player like him is someone you're expecting to get probably more significant looks and certain types of looks as well. You can see for the other end, Reading have tried to get the ball inside early, and as a result, Tyner Sangu's got 14 points, Justin Hopkins got 12. They're the 2 guys that they've got around the rim, clocking around the basket, trying to make easy looks. So it's a little bit more of a clearer game plan. I think it'd be really interesting to see what Worthing Thunder come up with at halftime. What offenses do they want to run, and what looks are they aiming for?
So it's half-time here at Loddon Valley as the youngsters invade the court to shoot around whilst the players are in the changing rooms. We will also take a break. We will be back in roughly 13 minutes time. Me and Charlie will not be going anywhere, and neither will you. Well, hopefully you won't, here on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Stick around. So Zaire, it's been a tough start to the season for you guys, but what's the mentality going into today's game against a Reading team that have travelled, a near 700-mile round trip yesterday in Newcastle?
I mean, we can't control those things. We can't focus on that. Has been a tough start, obviously. I think a big part of that, more than anything, I think we've had one of the toughest starts of our schedule. As you see, Birmingham's undefeated. Reading only lost to Birmingham, but both of them being on the schedule. This is our second time having to see them, so it's nothing to be demoralized about. We're playing, like, these are teams that were already preseason projected to probably contend for the title. And at the end of the day, we're finding our rhythm. I'm obviously just going to hopefully start to get my rhythm with this team, and we'll take it from there. It's just one step at a time, improve, and we'll see where we get.
Absolutely. Reading have a number of key players. What are you going to be doing to neutralise the players such as Simon Chamberlain, Justin Hopkins, who had such good games yesterday?
I mean, we're streaming live, so I can't tell you that exactly, but no. Honestly, I mean, these guys are tough players. Like, I don't know if you could stop any of them. And the thing that makes it hard to stop them, like maybe if you were playing a team that had Justin Hopkins, just Justin Hopkins, now you can come up with strategies to stop him. If you had just Mitch Clark, if you have just Victor, if you have just this guy, but when you have guys that come off the bench that would start on a lot of these teams, then it's almost like you got to pick your poison. So then you just got to, in a situation like that, you really just got to really buy into the principles that you've constructed as a team, and then make things as difficult as you can.
For you as well, just coming in as head coach for this season, for the remainder, what is the adjustment like for you? It's been quite a quick turnaround for you.
It's definitely been an adjustment, but I mean, when I stepped away, it wasn't because I don't love the game anymore or anything like that. I felt like I spent a lot of years with basketball and that being my everything, and I just had to prioritize my son and making sure that I had the time for him and the things that he needs as he's growing up. So I'm happy to be back as far as being around the game and coaching on this level. But obviously, that's managing life and things like that. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
Samit, it's obviously been a wild 24 hours for you guys. Just how are you feeling at the moment? Obviously, a long trip to Newcastle going into today's game.
Tired. That's how we are feeling. And long trip. We did well. But that's just a part and parcel of this league, and you have to get on with it and play, and we are ready. Coming up against a Worthing team who you've beaten quite convincingly in the Kit King Trophy group stage, but they have changed their roster since then. What have you made of Worthing thus far? Even though they're waiting for their first win of the season, they are improved in that sense. Absolutely. I watched them against Birmingham. They were a few correct shots away from maybe a win. They are on the right track, correct track. So their first win won't be that far away. We need to be on top of our game to beat them. We cannot dwell on how we played a month ago. We can't dwell on it.
And just finally, you came off a loss against Birmingham and have come back to beat Newcastle. What's the team's response been like from their first loss of the season?
We were okay. We were even all right after the loss. We didn't shoot well, wide open shots. We couldn't connect. Few mistakes on defense, but that's normal. All the credit to Birmingham. They played really well, and they deserve to win. That's how it is.
Thank you very much, Samit. Good luck today.
Appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Loddon Valley, where the Reading Rockets lead the Worthing Thunder 51-37 as we get set to start the third period here in Berkshire. John Hobbs, Charlie Haynes keeping you company for the second half. And Charlie, walking around Loddon Valley at half-time, and a lot of ex-Rockets players here. We touched on Finley Porter and Dave Titmus, the former head coach, here. A number of the Reading Rockets women's team also here. Chrissy Karpova, Safi Jarju, and a former player as well. A lot of former Rockets players here today, and that's the good thing about Reading, isn't it? Is just that family feel to a game night.
think the biggest thing for the club is that it does feel like a Rockets family. We put it on all of our club posts when we're messaging parents or anything. We always say about the Rockets family, because it's important that you have that family atmosphere. Yeah. You know, it starts as a small club and it's just growing and growing. But that community feel is really important to us in the club. And that's something that the Johnson family's been amazing at. It kind of feels like when you join the club, you're becoming a part of the Johnson family. That's what the club is.
Lindsay Cleary, who now plays for the Brent Bulls, also in attendance alongside Kiara. In the team as well. Excuse me, I had some headset troubles there as Tyler Sangu with the first score of the third period. Sod's law, that only happens to me, doesn't it?
Go get your halftime hot dog. It helps with a headset.
Of course it does. Bocce Yadam a three, gets it to go, and Malachi Bocce Yadam with his third three of the game.
Yep, nice way to start Worthing. You're going to want an early run in this third quarter, try and reduce the deficit that they faced at halftime as Tyler Sangu just chucks the ball out of bounds.
As Elijah Maynard collects, and we get the third quarter underway early doors. Maynard drives to the hoop, goes glass, too strong, Sangu the rebound. Champion gets bumped, almost a veteran move there, trying to get the three to go. The referee's not falling for that one. And even a smile on referee David Griffin's face alongside Lewis Champion. He wanted a shooting foul there, but obviously that was never going to happen. Inside, Sangu the finish. Great feed there from Mitch Clark. Simple basketball.
Yeah, Worthing need to do a better job of just managing that screen coverage. Two went with the runner, and it just left Tyler Sangu wide open.
Worthing averaging or conceding 106 points in all competitions thus far this season. Maynard puts it up for three, gets the friendly roll just about. That's something about the Loddon Valley rims here. You can get a lot of friendly rolls with them.
And we've seen that step back a few times here at Loddon Valley as well. But yeah, the rim did him nicely on that one. It's a favour for the past.
Clark, Sangu, Champion wide open, a three, no good. That goes out of bounds. Worthing will get the ball. And a timeout has been called early doors as well by Zaire Taylor. Obviously something that he wasn't liking, particularly that play that led to Tyler Sangu's bucket.
Yeah, wondering what this could be about. Considering maybe it could be something to do with what he wants him to do on offense, or maybe he's noticed something that Reading have changed at halftime. Not quite sure what that could be at the minute, but yeah, maybe just going to try and get a specific kind of look, or try and get the ball inside a couple of times, or whatever. I think Elijah Maynard's already had a good take to the rim and an early three-point shot, so it does look like they're having an emphasis on getting him some good looks. Be interested to see what Samit Nirazade is going to draw up, as their first couple of offenses weren't quite on the ball, so we can see maybe if he'll make a small tweak as well.
Fans here having a lot of fun at Loddon Valley, and that's another thing that we mention as well. It's an incredible game night experience here at Reading Rockets. We're privileged to see it almost on a weekly basis whenever Reading are at home, and it's just so the kids always have a lot of fun, and a number of those kids come back week after week.
A lot of them are always hoping they'll be back in time after their National League games, or after their I don't know, weekend antics, to make sure that they can get here and enjoy seeing their role models play.
And that's just you.
Yeah, right.
Here is Maynard. Of course, Worthing also has an incredible game night experience on the south coast at the Worthing Leisure Centre. An iconic British basketball venue, the Worthing Leisure Centre, as Bocce Yadam travels with it.
I think a big change as well is obviously moving from Rivermead to Loddon Valley as well. I think the venue as well has been so good for Reading, and it's a big thing. I can tell you that's a big thing for senior leadership team at Reading Rockets, to try and make these game nights as special as possible, make it the highlight of the week for all of our young players that we're trying to make sure always have a passion and love for the game. How can we add that on top of their week? And this is the way to do it.
Chamberlain. Here is Clark. Finds Olarerin, and the pass deflected by Lashley, and away come Worthing. Adelola, good defense inside from Clark. Lashley is right there on the follow. Good spell this from Worthing, trailing now by 10. And Champion finishes.
Gets to his spot in transition and decides that's good enough for me. Rises up and drains it.
Early doors here in the third period. Maynard finds a bit of room and he knocks down a three.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the ideal screen coverage there was. Samit Nurizade a bit upset with Tyner Sanger, but Lewis Champion also going under the screen against the guy we know can hit them from outside.
And that's a fourth three-pointer for Elijah Maynard. Champion. Chamberlain nearly got it stolen by Bocce Adam. Chamberlain still has it. Clark has the rebound. He'll go up and he'll put it in. High degree of difficulty for Mitch Clark.
Yeah, someone that can do it all, Mitch Clark. Nice play.
Mitch Clark now moves on to 7. He's 2 of 8 though from the field. Has struggled in the league season so far after averaging nearly 61% as Adelola for 3.
And that's one way to chip into the deficit. Rockets making the 2s, but Worthy making the 3s.
Champion putting the moves on Bocce Adam, nearly runs out of room. Olarerin the extra pass. And I think we have an issue here as Bocce Adam looks in a great amount of pain. And Zaire Taylor calls his troops in.
Looks like he might have had a knock to the head there too, which the referees have to stop the game for as well. He's in a dangerous position.
Well, we'll have a look at the replay here as Bocce Adam, Lewis Champion driving to the hoop. And yeah, collided with both Champion and Ishmael Fontaine. And then I think there was an afterwards thing as well. Bocce Adam now on his feet as you see Zaire Taylor just giving some instructions to his team. Bocce Adam helped up, bit groggy, but I'm sure he's a tough player. They build them tough in Manchester, and no doubt he will see to the court very soon. But in the meantime, he'll go to the bench. Luke Moore will check in. Of course, Luke Moore, a former Brighton Bears junior, and under the tutelage of Worthing Thunder legends James Brame and Don Baker as well. So he was coached by some good players that have had long careers.
Yeah, absolutely, and now gets to continue his progress this season, 24-25 season.
As said at the top, he's had a very good start to the season, despite the fact Worthing have lost all 3 of their games. He has really been one of the top performers as Champion at the top, doesn't get it to fall. Nasangu on the follow.
Tyner Sangu fulfilling his role very well today, gets after the boards, finishing around the basket, no rush, no panic. Good job from him today.
A season high 20 points now for Tyner Sangu, throw in 7 rebounds. Maynard for 3, no good. And Mitch Clark picks up the loose change as Adelola and Olarerin collide. And a pushing foul has been called on Adelola. A few of the fans were looking at an unsportsmanlike foul, but again, like we mentioned in the second quarter with a similar incident, Adelola definitely going for the ball.
Yeah, just a collision there, didn't really have possession, so it couldn't be a transition foul either.
Chamberlain, Clark driving to the hoop, and he'll go to the line. He got the step on Fontaine, and Mitch Clark now heads to the foul line. Mitch Clark in his 2nd season with the Rockets, and one of the things that it always impresses me about Mitch Clark, when you arrive here at Loddon Valley, without fail, Mitch Clark is always the first person in his warm-up kit, getting shots up and practicing on the hoops. And even when the hoops are up, he's trying to find the side rims here and shoot around on them. constant performer and always wanting to get better.
Yeah, and it's those high standards and professional habits as well that will be helping him through games like this, where he's had all that pre-match preparation and practice.
As mentioned, he really had a great Kit King trophy. Actually averaged 58% from the field, but has seen his shooting percentage drop rapidly to start the regular season. 31% he's averaging at the moment. That's going to drop as well, as he is currently 2 for 8 from the floor. Here is Hunter. Hunter, the floater, gets it to go, and a foul. Kamari Hunter.
Yeah, tough shot. It's one that you try and teach guards at a young age, that little floater off 2 feet and off 1 foot as well. Just try and put it over the big fella. Timchenko got a little bit too close, just came forward in his stand, and yeah, it's extra shot at the line, as it should be.
Kamari Hunter, who spent last season with the Thames Valley Cavaliers, made his debut for the Thunder in Nottingham on the season opener. Only played 9 games for the Cavaliers last season, started in 4 of those. As he makes the three-point play. And it's now 62-54 in favor of the Rockets. Pinnock finds Champion. Champion inside. Hopkins doesn't get the friendly roll. Had a bit of room, but didn't get it to fall. Hunter inside, and now Kamari Hunter will go back to the foul line. Foul on Reese Pinnock.
Yeah, there's lots of strong takes to the rim at the minute. Both ends, free throws being taken. Nice intensity to the game at the moment, and better looks happening for both sides in terms of actually getting the paint touches. Not too much early outside the three-point line in transition. So you can see both teams just trying to keep that scoreboard ticking over after a good start in the half from Worthing Thunder.
Hunter makes the first foul shot. As you mentioned, both teams really going aggressive at each other to start this third period. There's a bit of emphasis as well from the Worthing Thunder. And they've narrowed the gap to 6 points as well. Reading's biggest lead was 16. It's now been trimmed by 10. Pinnock. Olarerin, 7 to shoot for the Rockets. And Lashley got the steal. That actually came off his foot. I think the referees missed that one. Here is Moore. Maynard. 4:20 remaining in the third. Maynard driving. Luke Moore, a 3. And it doesn't go. And thankfully that stays at ground level. That could have been an interesting one. Matt Johnson with the pogo stick might have been needed for that.
Now I wish it was stuck up there.
Of course, it was Matt Johnson's birthday yesterday, so a belated happy birthday to Matt, CEO of the Reading Rockets team. Here is Champion. Pinnock. Pinnock driving. And the wild pass finds no one but the resident DJ.
Yeah, a good take, but couldn't quite find the man in the corner on that one. Just a little bit off time and off target.
Well, Reese Pinnock can shoot them. He's a 42% three-point shooter from last season. Maynard, a step-back 3, money.
And
it's a three-point game.
Yeah, Elijah Maynard is feeling himself. That's exactly what we're talking about at halftime. Could they start giving him the ball a bit more? Could they start getting him going? And now he's gone from 9 points to 19 points. And we're only 6 minutes in to the third quarter. So Tyner Sangu doing it all for Rockets down the other end with 20 points and 10 rebounds. But Elijah Maynard doing his bit for Worthing the second half to get that lead as close to 3 points.
Well, it has ended in Colchester, and the Derby Trailblazers come out on top 85-82 after a period of overtime at the University of Essex Sport Arena. Rob Marsden, 0 points but 15 rebounds. That's a statistic in its own right, as Leighton Elliott-Sewell led the way with 21 points, 18 rebounds. Luke Bazumbru had 18 points for the Rebels. Essex Rebels, though, struggling a little bit to start the NBL Division 1 season. Second place last season, but right now finding the going tough. Just one win so far.
Yeah, and again, another team with roster changes, and it can just take a little bit of time for players to settle. I think, again, that's the benefit of when you have players such as Reece Pinnock, Lewis Champion, Mitch Clark, who stay more than one season. You settle into a structure, and look at how Reading did in the Kit King Trophy, and in that group stage with some really big wins, get some tough opposition.
Here is Champion. Ullman, a three, no good. Hopkins wrestles for the ball, and a foul has been called on the floor. That's on Ishmael Fontaine. And a cheer from the crowd here at Loddon Valley. That's first foul on Ishmael Fontaine. Obviously the Reading fans not happy with Ishmael Fontaine for some reason, as Nsangu will go to the foul line, fouled by Jonathan Lashley. That was a clever inbound play.
Yeah, nice little set from Samuel Ozade's troops. Now Ty Nsangu with a chance to get deeper into the 20s.
Well, Ty Nsangu, notoriously not a good free throw shooter. However, when these two teams last met at Loddon Valley in the Kit King Trophy, he was 5 for 5 from the stripe. But last season with London Elite, 47%. So certainly one play you want at the line. But he makes the first. Obviously against Worthing, it's a different story, because in total, he's now 6 of 6.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something against Worthing, I guess, but then again, he did play for them a couple of seasons ago. And he makes them both. Commentator's curse works both ways, I guess. Here is Hunter. Number 10 marking number 10. Matt Ullman guarding Hunter. Here is Maynard. A lot of focus on him now. Step back three again. Doesn't get it to fall this time. And Champion with the rebound. Ullman steps out of bounds.
Yeah, and you can see as well, Elijah Maynard, a bit of a heat check moment. Reece Pinnock did a really good job on that last possession to contest the shot as best he could. But Elijah Maynard still somehow managing to rise up and find space to shoot that one.
5 of 10 from downtown. Elijah Maynard against his former club today. Reading fans have been used to seeing it. Here he is again. The floater off the window and in.
Nice, he's doing it all from outside. Defense has to press up a little bit closer. Blows by the first defender. Nice finish around the help.
Gap is 3. Champion inside. Here is Hopkins pulling the moves on Azabukwe, and Anthony Azabukwe will head to with his foul, and Justin Hopkins will go to the line again.
Justin Hopkins, a player I really enjoy watching those little post catches. They run lots of offenses for him to get a ball, catch the ball in sort of the short corner, low post area. He's got a really nice part of his game. We saw him hit a 3 in the first half from the corner. We've seen him drive and get out in transition, and now he's getting himself to the line often with his post game and footwork.
Well, the last 3 games Reading have played, Justin Hopkins has top scored. But right now, Ty Nsangu giving him a run for his money. He now has a double-double, Ty Nsangu, with that last play as well. 22 points, 10 rebounds for him. So his averages will shoot up after today. Azabukwe. Maynard finds Azabukwe again, too strong, gets his own rebound and puts it in.
Always frustrating when the same player that shoots manages to get his own rebound, but good job chasing the play.
And it's a 3-point game again as we enter the final 2 minutes of the third, and it all to play for. Champion drives to the hoop, strong, doesn't fall. Palmer with the rebound, and an over-the-back foul called on Lewis Champion.
Yeah, it just went over, like you said, over the back of his head, got a little bit of contact on the back of the rebounder's head, and yep, over the back fouls. Mitch Clark enters the game again.
And it looks like Matt Ullman will take a seat. Well, this is something we didn't see when these two teams last played. The game was pretty much over by the first quarter. It's been a lot more competitive here today. Worthing taking Reading to the limit so far. Azabukwe. Maynard nearly got it stolen by Clark. Here is Moore driving, gets it to go, and a foul!
And the Worthing bench is up on their feet, loving it. The momentum is in the favor of the Thunder.
The Loddon Valley crowd silenced as Luke Moore now will head to the line. 1:37 remaining here in the third, and Luke Moore, traditionally a good free throw shooter, has the chance to tie it now. Moore misses the free throw. As we enter the final 90 seconds here of this third quarter, it's a one-point game here at Loddon Valley. Champion gets it deflected. It will stay a Reading ball with 11 on the shot clock. 1:23 remaining here in the third.
Very, very tough, whether you're a home team or not, to counter a momentum swing like this. You've had a good lead, and now the game's down to 1 point.
Champion Clark, shot clock at 6. Nearly got it turned over. Hopkins bumps his way in, gets it, and one.
And one himself. What a way to bounce back from Reading. Get all the way to the rim, get the contact, get the extra shot at the line.
And now Reading have a little breathing space, up by 3. Chance to make it a 2-possession game. A 28-17 third quarter in favor of Worthing so far. 1:15 remaining. And Hopkins makes the free throw. Here is Kamari Hunter. Defense is the cry from the Loddon Valley faithful. Maynard putting the moves on Poorman. The extra pass, Hunter for 3, no. Clark rebounds. 3 rebounds to go with 8 points and 9 assists for Mitch Clark, and a foul has been called on Luke Moore. Thunder in the penalty, so Mitch Clark will head to the foul line.
Frustrating foul for Thunder to give away as well, because they've done so well this quarter, winning 28-15 currently. They've done such a good job to get that deficit all the way down to just 3 points. And now to give up a foul towards the end of the quarter and give Rockets a chance just to extend the lead a little bit more going into the fourth might just help Reading to just sort of counter the swing that's gone in the favour of Worthing Thunder.
Reading currently 14 of 16 from the stripe. Worthing conversely 15 of 22. Got to make your free throws, and Worthing have missed a bundle of them so far. Hunter. Inside, Ozabukwe too strong. Palmer comes up with it, or does he? No, he doesn't. But Poorman steps out of bounds.
Yeah, messy play, that one. There's a couple of things that could have been called there, but in the end, good officiating to just let it run, and St. Poorman did step out of bounds.
Hunter. 8 to shoot. Inside, Ozabukwe had it tipped by Mitch Clark. Worthing will keep the ball, 6 on the shot clock. Maynard. Thunder have got to get busy. Maynard, a step back 3, no. Poorman, a big rebound. Shot clock has been turned off, final seconds of the third. Good defense there from Palmer. Maynard, they've got to put it up. And Maynard's shot is no good. And that ends a very competitive third quarter, but one that certainly favours the visiting Worthing Thunder. They are firmly in this, but Reading ended the third quarter strong, 71-65 to the good.
Yeah, absolutely. Worthing Thunder just left quite a few points at the line. They've had a really nice run in this third quarter. It's an interesting one. Reading kind of sort of had the upper hand in the first half, but even though it's now down to 6 points, you just feel like Worthing are right in there. They've had a great third quarter, high-scoring quarter for main man Elijah Maynard, who's currently on 20 points and not looking like slowing down anytime soon. So interesting again to see how do the teams come out in this fourth quarter. My expectation is lots of offense for Worthing Thunder that helps Elijah Maynard get good, easier looks. There's a lot of shots off the dribble at the minute, a lot of step backs, but actually we've seen some really good takes from him at the rim earlier in that quarter. I'd like to see them help him go back to that again. For Reading, lots of positive things going on inside with Justin Hopkins and Tyner Sangu. So I imagine continuing to look at going inside there with quality guards like Lewis Champion and Mitch Clark helping from the perimeter.
And an interesting statistic that we touched on towards the end of the third period was free throws. And obviously Reading right now 15 of 17, 88%. Worthing conversely 15 of 22. Yeah, you hit a few more of them and it's a one possession game, so free throws really can come into the picture.
Absolutely, and I think to add to that, we also spoke in the first half about the amount of offensive fouls and turnovers we're having, and you can see on the stat sheet the field goals, 51 field goals attempted by Reading Rockets and only 38 from Worthing Thunder. I believe in the second half, Worthing Thunder had only attempted 19 field goals, so they doubled the amount of shots they took in the third quarter once they started looking after the basketball.
The field goal percentages almost even, really. Reading at 49%, Worthing dead on 50%. But as you mentioned, Charlie, Reading have attempted far more field goal attempts than Worthing have. But it's all to play for here in the fourth period at Loddon Valley. Something we didn't see in the Kit King Trophy, and Bocci Adams nearly stole it off Mitch Clark, and an unsportsmanlike foul called on Mitch Clark. Yeah,
he's the last man. It was unintentional, but Worthing did have possession of the ball.
Yep.
So intentional or not, he's the last man. It's an unsportsmanlike shot and possession.
Great defense from Malachi Bocci Adam, who has shrugged off that earlier hit he got in the third period and makes the resulting free throw. He'll get one more and Worthing will get possession as well. What a start to the fourth period for Worthing if Bocci Adam makes it, which he doesn't.
Yeah, again, that's good timing from us, John, just talking about the free throws.
That's the second time that's happened.
I know. Gone the other way. The curse is back.
That curse. Here is Lashley. Moore. Nearly lost it. Champion got a piece of it. Ozabukwe has it. Here is Lashley. Shot clock winding down. Lashley's got to go up, and he does, and a foul. Tough play from Jonathan Lashley. High degree of difficulty as the shot clock was winding down, and he gets it to go off the window.
Yeah, just called on Lewis Champion there. He just reached in. Justin Hopkins got beat to the middle. He was doing a good job of staying tall and standing high, so made the shot as tough as possible. But as guards, if we see the ball come down, we have to go for it. And he just caught him on the arm on the way up.
Makes the free throw, 13 points for Lashley, and it's back to a one-possession game again. What a game we have here in Berkshire. Champion putting the moves on Maynard. Hopkins dancing with Ozabukwe. Good defense. Champion has it. Puts in a three. What an answer back from Lewis Champion.
And he lets the Worthing bench know about it. Celebrating right in the faces of the Worthing bench. Big shot from Lewis Champion, but Rockets need stops.
Offensive foul. Bocci Adam bumping Mitch Clark. How many times has Mitch Clark been in that position?
Yes, just beats him to the spot. I imagine the referee feels he might have extended his off arm there. Bit of a softer call than I was expecting, but an offensive foul called.
It gives Reading another possession though. Leading by 5, chance to extend it a bit more. Champion driving inside Pullman. Good defense from Moore. And a foul called. No, a jump ball has been called, so possession arrow. It goes the way of Worthing anyway. Almost thought that Pullman fouled Ozabukwe there, but Worthing still have the ball. Bocce Adam. Good ball control from Bocce Adam there, under intense defense from Clark. Here is Lashley, turnaround jumper, no good. Ozabukwe nearly got the rebound. Champion picks up the loose change. And he tells his team to calm down. Hopkins, Clark, 10 to shoot. Pinnock nearly lost it there. Champion has it, big three, no good. Big rebound though from Pullman. Hopkins muscles his way inside. Ball batted around. Ozabukwe has it. Hopkins is in the stands. Goodness me, what a sequence.
Good hustle from both teams
Absolutely.
to get after it. Reading getting multiple chances to score. Good look inside from Justin Hopkins as well, but just shot it a little bit short. So now Worthing have a chance. Again, can they just get over the line and just start to creep away at this 5-point gap? Try and take the lead for the first time in what feels like forever.
It was the first quarter that Thunder last had the lead. Both teams haven't scored for just over a minute and 20 seconds. Moore, what a find by Bocce Adam. And the finish from Moore.
Yeah, so now Reading going to have to try and find a solution. So again, they'll go to a trusted offense. They've been looking to go inside recently, so expect that post-entry pass.
Inside it goes, and the finish from Pinnock.
Yeah, again, running that set for Hopkins. He's a focal point for Worthing Thunder now. Reece Pinnock notices that, makes a lovely back cut all the way to the rim. Great find from Justin Hopkins.
Bocce Adam. Turned over as Pullman has it. Pullman, Hopkins looking for the highlight play. And Justin Hopkins will head to the foul line as Bodie Adiolola will come into the game for the Thunder.
We almost had a new poster for the wall.
Luke Moore nearly becoming a screensaver as Ozabukwe heads to the bench. Justin Hopkins going to the foul line for the Rockets. Hopkins 4 of 4 from the charity stripe, make that 5 of 5. And slowly but surely, Reading getting their lead back up to 6. Chance to make it 7, which he does.
Yeah, 7-point. Now they have to try and hold it or extend it.
Bocce Adam. Here is Moore. Maynard back to Moore, wide open three, no good. And Clark comes up with the long ball. Clark. Rockets slowing it down, methodical. Pullman, shot clock at 7. Hopkins going inside, no, he travels with it.
Great defense from Worthing Thunder there. Sammy Rosado noticed an opportunity to force a switch, got Justin Hopkins against the smaller guard of Worthing Thunder, Adiolola. They throw the ball inside as the pass was in the air. Worthing managed to switch back, get the bigs on the bigs, the smalls on the smalls, made it a much tougher shot for Justin Hopkins at the end of the shot clock.
Adiolola bumps his man, goes inside, offensive foul again. In this game, that is now the 9th offensive foul, and that is 5 fouls on Bodie Adiolola.
There has to be.
He's been fouled out.
This has to be up there with one of the most offensive fouls we've seen a team have in a Division 1 game.
Adiolola fouls out, 5 points, 3 assists for the NBL's all-time leading scorer. Still 6-11 left in this game. Gap is 7, Reading ball. Pinnock driving, big three, Mitch Clark, no. Good defense, or good offensive rebound putback by Hopkins. Reading get another possession. Clark, good passing from the Rockets. Hopkins, a three. No, again. Lashley rebounds. And there's more, another offensive foul.
Great
Lewis Champion
stand.
in great position.
Great stand, Lewis Champion, perfectly set. That's the clearest one of the game. And number 10, is that, John? Number 10?
Yeah, we're now in double figures. 4 fouls on Luke Moore. So foul count is racking up here now for Worthing. Not only with 5:38 remaining are they near the penalty, they're flirting with it right now, but they've got Bodie Adjalola that's fouled out, and they've now got 2 players on 4 fouls, Jonathan Lashley and Luke Moore. And we are, I was going to say, I thought we had a floor wiper missing there. The Rockets players and the Thunder players cleaning up their own sweat. And then the mop boy comes along, hard-working volunteer of the club. (78-71), Reading in front. As you see on the corner of your screen, Reading Rockets, former Reading Rockets coach Dave Titmus on your left, enjoying the action. Sitting alongside Matt Johnson's wife, Steph, and Reading Rockets wheelchair player Liam Barker. Entering the halfway point of the final quarter. Clark, Champion, wide open three. No, that's off the back iron. And Maynard collects his 4th rebound. Fontaine picked up his dribble there. Here is Maynard. Maynard, turnaround jumper, no good, misses everything. Worthing not executing right now. They haven't scored a field goal in the best part of 3 minutes. Pinnock dances his way inside, travel.
Worthing Thunder trying their best again to get Elijah Maynard the looks he needs, but on that last one, didn't get the shot he needed off the pick and roll. Probably could have been, best option might have been to recycle that one, kick the ball back out, maybe get it again, and with 6, 7, 8 seconds left on the shot clock, go back to the ball screen. Rockets doing a better job at the minute, just moving the ball again, trying to play through Justin Hopkins inside. Once the ball's inside, forcing Worthing Thunder defense to collapse to the paint, opens up the space for their perimeter players for open shots and drives.
Well, the Reading fans not happy with that travel call, and another offensive foul has been called. I think this is on Malachi Bocci-Adam this time, and now he's on 4 fouls. Bumping right into Lewis Champion.
Ooh. Am I allowed to say I'm not sure about that one?
It's been a game littered with fouls, hasn't it? It really has. Champion driving, dancing his way to the hoop, no good. Lashley rebounds. Moore. Bocci-Adam wide open for 3, just about gets it to go. That's a much needed score. It's a 2-possession game again.
Yeah, big hit for Worthing. Rockets going to want to answer back.
Clark finds a bit of room inside. Pinnock, Portman, a baseline jumper is money.
Nice easy look for Zane Portman. That's not one he's going to miss very often.
Gap back to 6. Bocci-Adam, here is Lashley. Thought about the 3, and his pass goes straight out of bounds.
Cannot afford wasted possessions. We've gone back to that same issue in the first half. Turnovers, throwing the ball out of bounds, offensive fouls. Rockets now getting twice the amount of possessions as Worthing Thunder, and that can be very difficult to come back from being down if you don't get enough of the ball.
Pinnock, here is Champion. Finds Portman. Good defense there from Bocci-Adam, and now Portman's pass goes straight out of bounds. And a timeout has been called by Zaire Taylor, and a chance for both teams to just strategize what they're going to do for the next 3 minutes and 47 seconds. It is still firmly in the balance, this game, isn't it? It's a 6-point lead for Reading. Worthing did have the deficit down to as little as 1 after trailing by as many as 16. But right now, it's just getting a little scrappy. Turnovers on both sides. Misses when really, both teams can make those shots. We've seen them make them all game long. Now they're starting to miss shots they usually make. It's getting a bit scrappy right now.
Absolutely. There are multiple opportunities, or there have been multiple opportunities for both teams in this fourth quarter to go on a bit of a stretch. We've had multiple offensive fouls and turnovers from Worthing Thunder. Rockets have run some really nice offense, but they haven't had the final product. We've seen a few throws, we've seen a couple of passes go out of bounds in the corner. We've seen a few times we've maybe forced a few shots, not gone after not scored on the second or third chance after rebounding the ball. So both teams just need to tidy up a little bit, look after the ball in this fourth quarter, get on a 6 to 8 point run, and that could really make the difference in this final 3 minutes.
3:47 to go. Zaire Taylor using every solitary second available in that timeout as the Rockets await. It's Worthing ball, and Malachi Bocci-Adam now will head over. Josh Palmer will look to receive. Needs to kick it up. There you go. Josh Palmer just about gets it, but he's now going to fall into a trap. And Bocci-Adam helps him out. Bocci-Adam, here is Palmer. He can shoot them. Shot clock down to 6. Maynard up and under. Good defense from Clark. Pinnock driving the extra pass. Clark, no, in and out.
Looked good from here, but in and out it was. Worthing ball.
Bocci-Adam. 3:09 remaining. Lashley misses the 3, and his pass goes straight to Hopkins. It was a no-look pass that went straight to Justin Hopkins. Turnover number 23 for Worthing, followed by turnover number 19. Inside Bocci-Adam, and he'll go to the line.
Really scrappy last minute of basketball, that one.
It's been the last 2 minutes has been quite scrappy, hasn't it?
Yeah. Both teams maybe could actually do, probably especially Rockets, just slowing the pace down a little bit. Obviously, if you can get a point in transition, you pretty much always want to take that. But if defense is ahead of you, slow down, get into your offense, get into your sets. The pace at the minute doesn't really suit either team. Neither team is benefiting from the current speed of 100 miles an hour that they're playing at in the last 2 minutes.
Well, both teams really do want to push the ball in transition, don't they? But the execution not really going in anyone's favour at the moment. Bocci-Adam makes the first, and he makes them both, and it's now a 4-point game with 2:48 remaining. Worthing are not going away. They just need another stop, and we could have a potential one-possession game as Fontaine picks up Mitch Clark. And another offensive foul. This time it's gone the way of the Thunder. I don't know how many total offensive fouls there have been in this one, but there have been quite a lot, I'm not going to lie.
I'd love to know how close we are to maybe the most ever.
Here is Palmer. 2:29 remaining. Maynard, a bit of daylight inside.
Wow.
Blocked by Clark.
What a play from Mitch Clark. Goes up with 2 hands and takes it off Elijah Maynard in midair.
Here is Champion. And that pass goes straight to Zaire Taylor.
That is, I just can't believe that blocked on. He went up with 2 hands, got up to the rim and just plucked it out of the sky whilst Elijah Maynard still had possession. A shame again, though, that Rockets couldn't take advantage of that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
because
another
now
opportunity.
That's now turnover number 20 for the Rockets. A total of 43 turnovers in this contest. Fontaine, they've got to get it up there, Worthing, and they just about do. Here is Palmer. Bocce Adam nearly got the 3 to go. Maynard gets the offensive rebound and puts it in. 2-point game. Timeout, Coach Nurizadeh.
A really rush shot on that 3-point line, but Rockets have to get the rebound. They have to go after it. Elijah Maynard gets right into his space on the rebound, catches it right where he wants it, rises up, and he just doesn't miss those, John.
1:58 remaining. It's a 2-point game. Elijah Maynard, 22 points on 8 of 18 shooting, 5 of 11 from downtown. Tyner Sangu with 22 points and 10 rebounds. And what's interesting is Tyner Sangu has not really contributed at all in this fourth quarter. He's not contributed anything for points or rebounds. Worthing are taking full advantage of this.
Well, he's also not actually played in this fourth quarter. So interesting that Coach Nurizadeh decided to leave him off. We know they were trying to look inside to Justin Hopkins, who's had a really good third and fourth quarter. However, Rockets have been getting nothing less than 20 points a quarter currently. And with 2 minutes left, they've only scored 9 in this final 10 minutes of gameplay. So Worthing currently on the upper hand. Again, they're also a bit short on the scoring front in this quarter. Only 13 with 2 minutes left. So a big 2 minutes coming up. Can either team find a player that can get the hot hand and get things going?
Well, the game has been played at a fast and furious pace. However, Worthing are outscoring Reading so far 13-9 in this fourth period. It's all to play for. Under 2 minutes to go. Pinnock. Clark running into trouble. Good defense from Fontaine. 4 on the shot clock. Portman, a big 3. No. Aaron with the rebound. Pinnock driving. Again, the shot clock winds down. Pullman inside, no. And I think a foul has been called. It's a late whistle, and it's on Josh Palmer. So Zane Portman will go to the foul line.
A really good, strong take from Zane Portman. Rised up, put the ball outside of his body. We teach that a lot to younger players. Just get the ball outside, above your shoulders, outside of your body, finish high and wide of the defense, protect with your offhand. Only good things can happen. Nice play. He's converted the first. He needs the second, though, to really make an impact on this play.
Makes the first, so it's a 3-point lead for the Rockets. And it's a 2-possession game. Palmer. Maynard. Probably one of the best defensive players on him. Maynard back iron. Clark, a big rebound. We're entering the final minutes here. Palmer all over Clark. Portman driving the layup, too strong. Palmer a big rebound. And away come Worthing again. Fontaine thought about it. Bocce Adam. Palmer turns over. Pinnock has it. Portman, Olorarin. Nearly the dagger. Pinnock with a big rebound. And now Fontaine fouls.
And Thunder had no choice but to foul. Too long left in the game for them to have enough possessions to just try and defend and try and force a rebound. They had to foul to stop the game and give them more opportunities to play, more shots available for them. Mitch Clark misses the first.
Misses the first. However, 20.1 seconds remaining. It's a 2-possession game. Clark makes the second. Shot clock has been turned off, so Worthing have got to get a move on. And they turn it over again. And Hopkins, the exclamation point has been set.
And Loddon Valley is on their feet. They know what that means as a shot clock runs down. 5 seconds left.
And that will be the game. Palmer to end it. As the Loddon crowd erupts. It's been a tense, closely fought battle. But Reading Rockets have edged it here today, 85-78 over the Worthing Thunder. Reading improved to 3-1, Worthing dropped to 0-4 to start the NBL 1 campaign. Taina Sangu with 22 points, 10 rebounds, leading the way for the Rockets. Justin Hopkins with 19 points. For the Worthing Thunder, Elijah Maynard with 22 points, 5 rebounds. Malachi Bocci-Adam, 4 of 5 from the field, all of them coming from downtown for his 16 points. But Worthing just falling short here today. A very competitive battle before we leave you there, Charlie.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really good performance from both teams. Both teams had runs. Worthing Thunder made it everything to play for with a great third quarter, but Rockets in the final couple of minutes managed to find the plays needed to just creep away after a really big first half. Great game all round, really enjoyable to watch.
As the Rockets fans prepare to salute their heroes who greet them at half court, as we see the highlights of what has been an entertaining encounter here at Loddon Valley, as you see the pass from Bocci-Adam there to Luke Moore, but that's the final score. Reading Rockets getting out of jail, it would seem. They led by as many as 16. They had their lead trimmed down to as little as 1 point, but they come away with an 85-78 success here on NBL Live on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Continue with the highlights. Taina Sangu, who started the game on fire, he ended with 22 points, 10 of 11 shooting, as Elijah Maynard there leading the way for the Thunder with 22 points in his own right, 5 of 11 from downtown. Reading, who shot 14 three-pointers when these two teams met in the Kit King Trophy, only managed 7 today, shooting 31%. And we are awaiting the Reading Rockets head coach, Samit Nurazadeh, in just a minute, who's trying to be found amongst a sea of Reading Rockets fans currently on the court, taking their shots, having their fun. So we have now found Reading Rockets coach Samit Nurazadeh, and in just a second he is standing by with Charlie Haynes.
Coach Samanurizade, congratulations on the big win. It was a very exciting game to watch. Loddon Valley certainly enjoyed it. What's it like, first of all, to have the return of Elijah Maynard? He had a great performance, and your guys really had to manage him.
Amazing. He had the game before we had when we won comfortably, but he was hurting us with his jump shots, and today we had to face guard him and just not to let him get the ball. Difficult one when the rest of them shoot as well as they are, and we struggled on offense, which helped them on the transition to hurt us as well.
Big performances from Ty Nzangu and Justin Hopkins, scoring 22 and 21 points respectively.
Yeah.
We noticed you were trying to go to them a lot early and towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Was that something that you thought was really important to beat Worthing Thunder?
We couldn't hit from outside. We were struggling from outside, except maybe Lewis. The rest of us, we were struggling, but yeah, we had to.
And just finally, the fourth quarter messages. We know we're struggling to score, as you said, in the first 8 minutes of the fourth quarter. By the end of it, 2 minutes left, there was a timeout. What was your message to the players?
We were defending well. Our defense got us out of the hole. We found the solution, the 5, which defended quite well, so we stuck with it. And that was the message. Just keep defending. Everything will be all right.
Samanurizade, congratulations on a great win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Charlie will be staying there for just a second because Worthing Thunder head coach Zaire Taylor will be joining him, thanks to Samet. As the Reading Rockets come away with an 85-78 win, Worthing Thunder remain winless, but certainly improving game by game. What a fierce encounter it was, and Charlie is alongside Worthing Thunder head coach Zaire Taylor.
Coach Zaire Taylor, first of all, thank you for such an exciting game. Your boys gave that second half everything. What was your messages as you were closing that out?
Honestly, I think both teams played tough. Both teams played very tough. It sucks coming up short, but yeah, the effort I would say is definitely there, but it's about a lot more than effort. You gotta use your intelligence as well as your physical ability. So we need to just tune up a few things mentally, and I think we'll be in a good space.
That's also a new appointment for you as well as coach. How are you finding that so far?
I mean, to be honest, we were here just a few weeks ago, and we lost by about 60-something points. To go, there's no moral victories, but obviously just being appointed. And the biggest thing for me is, I tell all my teams this, there's 3 battles to win the war. If you win the rebounding battle, the free throw battle, and the turnover battle, then you 95% of the time will win the war. We lost all 3 of those in this game, and we're still able to compete with this team. So that's a great sign for us moving forward.
Just finally, what are your hopes and ambitions for the rest of the season now that you've got your group? You've got some really talented players in there, such as Elijah Maynard, Ismail Fontaine, these kind of players. What are you hoping to do with this group this season?
I mean, goal is to win every game we play. Nothing less. You don't go out there to lose. So the goal is to win every game. It's a 1-game season. The next game we have is the game we need to win, and it's going to be like that until the season ends.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Zaire. Thank you, Charlie. And that ends our coverage of NBL Live as you see Justin Hopkins putting the exclamation point on a good afternoon's work for the Reading Rockets. They were made to fight for it, though, but they got the job done 85-78 over the Worthing Thunder. My thanks to Charlie Haynes. I'm John Hobbs. There is your full-time score. And from me, it's a good evening to you all.